A lot of stores have just vintage and secondhand like stamped on it, but really is it? Hi all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mahua. So we're back again with actually another thrift slash secondhand store video in New York City. You guys loved the first one where I talked about just like different thrift stores in New York City, places that have hype, places that don't really have hype, places that are expensive, things that are more like actual thrift prices. You guys love that, and it's very important to actually see those type of videos before you visit or live in New York City, because New York City is like known for their secondhand vintage thrift stores, and I just want to kind of show you like the nitty-gritty that people don't really show you. I feel like nowadays on YouTube we are so used to seeing like very high-end thrift stores with not really thrift prices at all. So I want to give you like a wide array, a little range of different places. So if you guys didn't watch the first video where I talked about different places and vlogged the whole experience, please watch that, because I have a whole bunch of stores in that I did not mention in this video. Something that I didn't do that you guys were a little bit mad about was like mention the actual prices of some of the pieces in the stores. So I kind of gave like a range of prices in the last video, but in this one I'll give you like more specific prices so you can kind of get an idea. I'm also going to show you a haul of some of the things I got. A lot of people were also mad that I didn't show the items in the video. I did post a short and a TikTok about it, but you guys wanted to see it in the video, so I'll show you everything I tried on and got. Also, just a disclaimer, I did not go to all these stores like back to back. I'm not the type of person to like constantly buy. So these stores are like a culmination of like weeks and months. As you guys know, we always preach secondhand vintage thrifts here, so I'm really excited to show you how you can shop more consciously and just like help the planet in your own small way. And I'm just really excited to show you some of the spots that I found. A lot of these New York City spots are actually in Brooklyn. It is a very hidden gem. A lot of people think that Manhattan is like the spot for good thrift places, and yes, there are so many great spots there, but I feel like Brooklyn is kind of underrated, especially some of the places that I did mention in this video. You'll see like high-end and also lower-end stuff, but good quality, you know, if that makes sense. Make sure to like and subscribe before we continue on, just because this takes dedication to go to all these spots. I am dedicated to bringing the best content. Make sure to also follow me on my Instagram and TikTok. It's at labyrinthav. I post every single day, and I have a lot more short form content about thrifting and just New York City stuff on those channels. And also, I just came out with season 3 of our podcast, Difficult Dish. We just started our video podcast on YouTube. We just were doing like audios before, so make sure to check out the YouTube videos. It's at Difficultish Podcast on YouTube. You will see me and my partner talking non-stop for like an hour straight, and it's good vibes. It's always good vibes. So as we get into the video, please really think about what store really calls out your name, what really is something that you'd go to, because again, a lot of stores have just vintage and secondhand like stamped on it, but really is it? And also, does the price reflect that, and is it worth it? But let's get into it. It's our first time ever going to the Brooklyn flea market. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, windy.
It's a little windy and rainy, but it's so funny because this man is not a native New Yorker, but still he somehow knows about everything. But this is the one thing that I got him with. He did not know about this at all. But we're gonna go. I actually have never gone either. It's really not the best weather right now for like an outdoor flea market, but we vibe. Right when I got to this flea market, I was really surprised because it was so cute and quaint. It was right underneath the bridge, and everything seemed very curated. So as you'll see later on in this video, it's kind of trendy stuff that is there, and it's a little bit higher priced because this area is notorious for the hipsters. But then again, there are things like this that are very fairly priced and cheaper. You know, I love my denim skirts.
Just another skirt to go to Target with. And we are in that part of Brooklyn.
We got a Juicy Couture.
Wow.
We got Juicy here, 45. I feel like since this was in kind of like the trendy area of Brooklyn, things were a little bit jacked up price-wise because they know that people are going to buy it anyway. So I wouldn't really say that this is like real thrift prices, but there were a lot of vintage items and like gems in general, like these cowboy boots. I went to this one jewelry store that was right there in like the middle, and I found so many nice pieces of jewelry. They had a really good sale going on.
So everyone knows it's 1 for 15, 2 for 25, 3 for 30 from these 3 tables.
That's hard.
Right? $125. We ended up finding this one beautiful parrot jacket that we didn't want to buy originally just because it was just too much and just so unnecessary, but it was too cute to let go. We kind of bargained it down to $100. And there's also this nice little drink shop that's in like a mock like train station stand, so it really shows like the allure of New York City, you know. I was trying to find a good vintage jacket, maybe like a red maroon color, but these jackets were so expensive. I mean, they're real vintage as you can see, but they were like over $200 and it was way out of my comfort zone right now. Party.
Oh wow.
You know what I want to find? The red leather jacket, but also like vintage, like pointed shoes. Like, you know, the kitten heels? Yeah. These are some Moschino kitten heels, and they're very cute. Price is only $64.95. Kind of cute, honestly. These are Dolce & Gabbana heels. Very cute, classic black with red. $59.95.
What a steal!
The reason why I like Beacon's Closet so much is that there are a lot of just like designer things for a pretty good price, and the store is pretty organized. It's like organized by color. I mentioned this in my last video, and it just makes it a lot more appealing in my eyes and just like easier to find things. But again, this is more of a curated thrift store, so the prices are a lot higher than normal thrift prices that we kind of grew up with. It's a $55. It's not bad, honestly. $39.95. The day that we went was pretty busy. We went on a Saturday, so it was very crowded and congested, and all the racks are kind of like right next to each other, so there was like no room to really move around. But as you can see in the prices right here, the prices for the designer items were really good, I think. I really like the bag section. I feel like there's a wide array of different bags, big, small, anything that you can think of, and I had a lot of things that I wanted to try on.
Wow. Are we doing
103 total.
Are we doing a haul right now?
Yeah,
or
later.
No?
We'll do it later.
Later?
Actually, no, we'll do it later.
All right.
We felt very claustrophobic in there, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the last time we went, it wasn't too crowded. But now that we're there on a Saturday especially, it was very, very crowded. And also the racks are very close to one another. So it was just hard to maneuver. Alright guys, last thrift store of the day. This one is called Monk. So the last stop of the day is Monk Vintage. It is kind of similar to Buffalo Exchange and those curated thrift stores. You will notice that in these areas of Brooklyn, things are very trendy and curated just because it attracts that kind of crowd. So it wasn't like anything spectacular. Again, the prices were still a little bit higher than the usual. What we did like was that there was like Halloween decor and just like costumes. We ended up finding this Crenshaw sweatshirt that usually sells for like $80 plus for like $20. So that was a steal. And what I didn't notice until after we left was that this is actually like 2 floors. So there is a lot of things that you can sort through. But again, it is a little bit higher range. I went to the hub of thrifting, which is Brooklyn, New York City. And I feel like I got such a good haul this time around. So I'm going to show you everything I got. First thing I got from Beacon's Closet is this purple oversized sweater. It reminds me of like Christmas detailing and designs. But it is so cute. It was only $21.95. The next thing I got is another oversized sweater. It reminds me very much of like holiday season. Harry Potter Marathon Core. This is also $21.95. The next thing I got is a fancy going out top. I just love how bedazzled this is. The only reason I got it is because I had something like this when I was little. This is just to free my inner child. This is $34.95. The last thing I got from Beacon's Closet is this cute little purse. It looks very luxurious and fancy because of the texture on it, but this is only $24.95. I love big bags like this. I'm so happy it's back. Okay guys, are you ready for this? Because this is the best and biggest purchase ever. It's one of a kind. So I found this jacket. It's hand woven. This is from the Brooklyn Flea Market in Dumbo. It literally reminds me of Bangladesh. Look at the parrots and the colors. We bargained down to $100. Last few pieces I got from the Brooklyn flea market was this cute little bracelet, another bracelet, look at the detailing, and this pink ring. And all of this together was $30. What do you guys think about my haul? What was your favorite item? I love shopping in New York City, especially during the fall time. Thrifting here is elite. This is the best season ever. Let me know if you guys want another haul. All right, so this is my first time ever going to a thrift store called Urban Jungle. He actually went the other day and he was so excited to come back and tell me. Oh, we're going the wrong way.
Sorry.
It's raining a lot. Yeah. But apparently this thrift store is very big.
Yeah.
But why were you so excited about this one?
Because it's actual thrift prices. I'm tired of $50 jeans. Yep. I'm tired of $100 jackets.
Yeah.
I want a nice $8 pair of jeans and a nice $20 jacket. That's what we get here.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see this one because I've actually never really heard of this one. Mm-hmm. So a native New Yorker, let's try this out for the first time. Oh my god, I don't know where this gem has been all my life, but right when I walked in, it felt like a warehouse. It felt kind of overwhelming at first because this is not as curated. It is huge. There's so much stuff, but the prices were so good, guys. I cannot even like explain. Let's see, this is American Eagle, $20. Dickies for $15.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
That's $50, that's a fat boy. 10. 8.
$8.
For me?
This literally felt like a Salvation Army, like a Goodwill store. The price range that I saw, honestly, was like $6 to $20. I did not really see anything higher than that, unless it was like real vintage or something really good quality. $6, Columbia.
Yeah, that was at fucking L Train. 600. Vintage. Wow. $8. Yeah, you like it here, huh?
I do.
I know.
But there was so much stuff, like North Faces and just like good quality jackets and sweaters. So many beautiful like holiday, comfy, oversized sweaters. I felt like I was in heaven. After I got over like that initial overwhelming feeling of seeing so much stuff, I was really like going ham. It was just like really exciting for me to find like actual good prices finally. And then they had this like whole bridge that went to another section of the store. I really could not believe just how big the store was and just how many things they had. I got a little bit carried away, but I genuinely think that this is one of the best stores in Brooklyn for thrift items. First thing we got, Tommy Hilfiger.
Wow, Tommy Wami.
Little Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Comes with like a pre-made thing underneath, a little button up.
Oh,
yeah.
2-in-1.
Then we got
wow. Little jacket
like
number.
Corduroy, a little red,
yeah,
bright color, pop-up color.
Yeah.
In the cold and
yeah,
dreary looking winter time.
I like that.
Warm. How much? $15.
Not 50.
15.
15. Oh wow.
Ralph Lauren.
Oh wow, little Ralphie.
Little basic.
Little Ralphie.
Little greenie.
Polo Wolo. Oh yeah, that's the one.
Alright, this was the first pick right
That's
when I walked in. I saw this.
That's the one. That's a lot of fun going on.
It's a fun one.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. How much?
Yo, $8. Not 80. Last one.
Then I gotta try
on.
Little dark wash jeans.
Yeah, a little baggy time.
$6.
Sick.
Y'all, I only got 2 things, but it's so crazy how much you can get for such a cheap price when you are going to a thrift store or a secondhand store that isn't curated. So I only got 2 things, right? I first of all got this beautiful sweater. I love my printed sweater. It's perfect for like the holiday season, winter season. This was only $8, as I mentioned before. And the other thing I got was this Tommy Hilfiger red sweater looking thing with a button up underneath. This was only $6. So my total today was $16 just because I have to pay $2 extra for the bag, which is wild. I need to go to stores like this more often, but it's so rare, I feel like, to find good big thrift stores like this. The jeans that I tried on didn't really fit well. The jacket that I really liked, the red one, was a little bit too snug and too tight on me. So places like this, it's amazing. You can get really good stuff, but you have to make sure that there are no stains on it, tears on it, and make sure it fits right, because sometimes you can get kind of carried away since it is a little bit cheaper. But I highly recommend this store. I'm also a little bit confused just because the bags do say L Train Vintage, and that's not where we went, but it was right next to L Train Vintage. And as we mentioned before, L Train Vintage is very popular, but it's a lot more expensive. So I'm wondering if it's kind of connected together, but I also don't know because the prices are just so different. Alright, right now we are on 33rd Street. We're on the border of Sunnyside and Long Island City in Queens. We're actually going to a Goodwill store today. It's been a while since we've gone to the store because this store actually has like bins and stuff that you have to go through. It does not have racks or anything. So it's a little bit chaotic sometimes because they only call you after like 30 minutes each session so they can come and clean and like reorganize everything. So it gets a little bit scary sometimes. So let's see how it is today. Something really unique about the store right when you walk in is that the clothing are not on racks. They are in bins, and also there's no dressing room. You cannot try on your clothing. You kind of just have to like hope for the best. And you don't really pay for each individual piece. You actually pay by the pound, which is very different and unique. You can get a lot more items for a cheaper price because it's based on like how heavy it is and how much you get. So it is very popular amongst the crowd that just need something that is a little bit cheaper, and also a lot of people take stuff from this and just like resell. There's obviously more than just clothing. There's shoes and just like books, purses, random knickknacks, furniture, things like that. But it is definitely a little bit overwhelming because things are not really sorted out the way that it usually is, and it's just a little bit like confusing sometimes, but you know, it could be your cup of tea. Alright, so that is the end to this video. Please let me know your thoughts. Are these stores worth it? What store would you actually go to? I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at labyrinthav. I also have a shop where I sell my art and apparel. Some art right there, my apparel right there. I'm actually also wearing a little sweatshirt right here. It's labyrinthav.com. You can also check out my podcast at Difficultish and on YouTube. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next week. Happy fall!